said he wouldn't pull the plug.
Lord knows why.
Anyone call the chief?
Couldn't get through. The press has been mobbing him with phone calls.
Oh, about the...
Yep.
I forgot that was today.
You should pay more attention.
Fuck off. How's the patient?
Seeing as they're still breathing after being caught in a massive explosion, I'd say pretty good.
Coming through.
What happened?
Shanking.
Put him over there. Sorry about that.
Have they said anything yet?
Not yet. But I'm about to take the bandages off.
So, you've been playing Saints Row 2. Why? Because, I mean, I'm coming from Grand Theft Auto, and from Grand Theft Auto to Saints Row doesn't really sound like a good idea.
In many ways, it isn't. Let's just get that out there.
Okay.
Saints Row 2, just like Saints Row 1, it's a blatant copy of GTA. It's all there. You know, the minimap is in the same place. You still steal cars in the same way. You drive around. You do missions, more or less exactly like in Grand Theft Auto. And looking at Saints Row 2, especially in the light of Grand Theft Auto 4, which was a really awesome game. The controls are worse. The camera is worse. The car handling is worse. And the storyline, seriously, is so bad that it hurts.
And again, I used the question, why then play it?
Frankly, because it's hilarious. The thing with Saints Row 2, I didn't enjoy the first game.
Okay.
But Saints Row 2 is, from the start, from the second you create your character and you have to break out of prison, it's so over the top. You're laughing. 5 minutes into the game, you're just laughing your head off. After 10 minutes with the game, I had learned the very important skill of being able to run forward while aiming backwards with a rocket launcher, and knowing how far from the police car do I have to run not to get caught in the blast radius of the rocket I'm about to fire. Even though the controls are quite bad, especially on foot, which is always in games like this. Being on foot is always a bit of a nightmare, even in Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask, because I remember playing the first Saints Row and promising myself I would never do it again. But one of the few things that actually impressed me was the controls on foot. That might have been compared to the previous Grand Theft Autos, because the newest Grand Theft Auto, of course, did it much better. But this is worse.
Yeah, absolutely worse. It's worse than Grand Theft Auto 4, but at the same time they managed to make firing and aiming and the fighting in general fun. It's easy to, even though you have 5 cops around you, it's easy to kill all of them and get away fairly unscathed. But here's the thing with Saints Row 2, they've taken all of those small annoying things from the GTA series and just removed them completely. For instance, one of the problems I've always had in GTA is when I find a really nice car, like a really nice sports car or a helicopter that I want to use at a later stage, I have a tendency to park it in my garage and never use it. Because I know that if I smash it, it'll be gone.
Yeah.
In Saints Row 2, you park it in your garage, then you take it out and you smash it, but it respawns in your garage.
Okay.
So you can always have the cars you want.
Yeah.
It has checkpoints inside missions, so you don't have to start over the mission from the beginning again, which Grand Theft Auto should have done a long time ago.
Yeah, especially the newest one.
Yeah.
I mean, the longer missions were just horrible if you messed up, right?
Exactly. And just the freedom of choice in the game is much larger than in any GTA game.
Okay.
It has, if you don't want to do the storyline missions and if you don't care about the story at all, which seriously is very hard. It's quite hard to actually care.
Yeah.
Because the storyline is bad. The storyline is just so filled with bad cliches. And it has a point with it. This is a game of making fun of cliches, but it's not very interesting. But you can just go out and do side quests and just run around killing people, blowing stuff up.
Is it obvious that this game really just, makes fun of itself?
Well, they are making fun of themselves. They know exactly what they're doing. I think it's kind of, when you look at some of the promo material and you look at the aesthetics of just the marketing they've been doing, I think they're not doing themselves a favor.
Okay.
Because it looks like the cover of a bad rap album, more or less.
does.
But in game, it's more than a bad rap album. It's a bad rap album gone completely berserk. It's just, as I said, from the start to finish, it's so intense. It's so much, and it just makes fun of itself.
What does the game include? I mean, do you have the whole spectrum of gameplay options like you do in Grand Theft Auto, like going out doing jobs or just following the missions, or
Yeah,
the everyday life that Grand Theft Auto sort of captures?
Not everyday life, because it's so over the top. It doesn't really bother with stuff like that.
Okay.
But you have, on the map, you have a wide range of locations that give you various side quests.
Mm-hmm.
These side quests are split up into a bunch of different levels, and every time you complete one of those levels, you go to the next one. It becomes increasingly harder. And you unlock new bonuses for yourself. And you can just do that instead of doing the regular missions.
So it sounds
Also-
a bit more like a game than what Grand Theft Auto is trying to do.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But Rockstar are better at telling that kind of story
Yeah,
and
yeah.
creating that kind of character
Yeah.
than Volition has ever been.
Okay, cool.
But at the same time, there's a lot of stuff in Saints Row 2 that I will be very disappointed if Grand Theft Auto 5 doesn't have.
Okay.
It includes character customization. It's incredible in Saints Row 2. You can choose to play anything from a small Asian girl with no muscles whatsoever to a huge, fat black guy. And when I created my character, I thought, okay, this is going to be like in Grand Theft Auto 3. There won't be any voiceover for me. But there is. There's a full voiceover, whatever you choose to play.
Okay.
And you can choose to play a female character with a mustache and a beard that speaks in a male voice and walks like a supermodel. Just stuff like that. And you can choose what clothes to wear, what color they should be, what glasses you should wear, what hat you should wear, it's just so much customization.
Yeah,
options.
yeah. So all in all, did you enjoy the game? I mean, it sounds like it's a lot of fun, but it also sounds like it's minded towards, don't take offense to this, but a certain sort of people, right? You have to think that poop jokes and stuff like that are fun before you can actually enjoy this game.
Yeah. Yeah, well, in a way, yes. In a way, it's also very dark. It's very nihilistic. So I think that even if you don't enjoy poop jokes that much, I think you can have a good time just laughing at the dark humor of the game.
Okay.
Just for example, when you there's one kind of mission where you're supposed to cause as much mayhem as possible, and you're supposed to blow things up, and you get combos if you blow up enough stuff in a small frame of time. And during these missions, a police, an actual person, is worth as much money as a trash can. Just stuff like that makes the whole game, the nihilistic part of the game, the very dark humor of the game, very exciting. As a game, it's worse than GTA 4, absolutely. But it's still a hilarious game, and I think most people will be able to, if they have a dark sense of humor, they will enjoy Saints Row 2. Just don't take it seriously in any way. Just sit down and enjoy the absolutely hilarious and crazy gangster ride. It's just that's my view of Saints Row 2 in a nutshell.